Vladimir Putin has become one of the most influential political leaders in the world. But what can we learn about Vladimir Putin's personal life that sheds light on his leadership style and decisions as a political leader? To get to know him closer, today's video will provide an overview of his career and life, his political career growth, and his impact on Russia and the international arena. We will also explore his connections with powerful people in business and politics, and his legacy. Why does Putin continue to have such a powerful presence in the world? Stay with us till the end, and we are sure to startle you with some exciting and lesser-known facts. How has Vladimir Putin's upbringing and family background shaped him into the person he is today? Vladimir Putin was born in St. Petersburg. His early life was marred by poverty and abuse. His father was a drunkard and his mother an alcoholic, so Putin lived with his grandmother until she passed away. Putin then moved to Moscow and studied at the University of Moscow, where he obtained a master's degree in law. When Putin graduated from university, he joined the KGB. He worked as an intelligence officer in several countries, including Germany and Spain. In 1994, he married Lyudmila Putina, a Russian who is also a former KGB agent. They have 2 children together. Putin's career took off when he became the deputy mayor of St. Petersburg in 1996. Putin's name first appeared on the Russian political scene in 1991, when he was appointed to the position of deputy head of the Federal Security Service. He served in this position for 4 years before becoming Russia's prime minister in 1999. As prime minister, Putin was responsible for overseeing the country's foreign policy, domestic economic policy, and military affairs. In addition to being prime minister, Putin also served as the president of the Council of Ministers. During his time as prime minister, Putin introduced the idea that Russia could join NATO. What steps has Vladimir Putin taken in his life to ensure a positive political career? Over the years, Putin has held various positions of power, and his political career has been shaped by many different factors. 1. Early career. Putin's early career was spent working for the KGB, which was the Soviet Union's intelligence agency. He joined the organization in 1975 and worked as a foreign intelligence officer for 16 years. During his time at the KGB, he was stationed in East Germany, where he gained valuable experience in espionage and intelligence gathering. 2. Rising to power. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, Putin worked for the mayor's office in St. Petersburg, Russia. He quickly rose through the ranks, becoming the deputy mayor of St. Petersburg in 1991. In 1996, he moved to Moscow, where he was appointed to a high-ranking position in the Federal Security Service. 3. Becoming president. In 1999, Vladimir Putin's political career took a significant turn when he was selected as the Prime Minister of Russia by President Boris Yeltsin. Following Yeltsin's resignation on December 31, 1999, Putin stepped into the role of acting president. He was later elected president in 2000, serving 2 consecutive terms until 2008. Following this, Putin served as prime minister for 4 years before becoming re-elected as president in 2012. 4. Current position. Today, Putin is widely regarded as one of the most powerful political leaders in the world. He has been described as authoritarian, and his leadership style has been criticized by some as being too heavy-handed. Nevertheless, he remains popular among many Russians, and his leadership has been credited with restoring stability to Russia after the turbulent post-Soviet period. Putin's intelligence officer services. Throughout his life, Putin gained extensive experience in foreign intelligence, counterintelligence, and political analysis. One of the reasons Putin has been praised for his leadership is his intelligence and strategic thinking, which he developed during his time as an intelligence officer. For example, Putin was trained in foreign intelligence, which involved gathering information about other countries and their governments. He was also skilled in counterintelligence, which involved detecting and preventing espionage and other forms of sabotage. Additionally, Putin was trained in political analysis, which involved the understanding of the political situation in different countries and predicting future developments. Putin often discusses his experiences as an intelligence officer and how they have shaped his leadership style. In his interviews and speeches, Putin has shared his perspective on global politics, his approach to leadership, and his experience as an intelligence officer. How has Vladimir Putin's personal life impacted Russia's political landscape, both domestically and internationally? 1. Russia's global influence has increased under Putin's leadership. Since coming to power in 2000, Putin has worked to strengthen Russia's role on the world stage. He has invested heavily in the military and in strategic industries, such as energy and technology, to make Russia a more competitive player in the global economy. 2. Putin is also focused on improving the Russian economy. Despite some setbacks, such as the economic sanctions imposed by Western countries in response to Russia's actions in Ukraine, Putin has overseen a period of steady economic growth in Russia. He has pursued policies aimed at attracting foreign investment and expanding trade with other countries. 3. Foreign policy has been a key focus of Putin's leadership. He has taken a hardline stance on issues, such as the conflict in Ukraine, where he has supported separatist rebels in the eastern part of the country. He has also sought to strengthen ties with other countries in the region, such as China and India, to counterbalance the influence of the United States and Europe. 4. Putin's leadership style has been criticized for its authoritarian tendencies. He has been accused of suppressing dissent and opposition, both within Russia and abroad. Critics have also raised concerns about corruption and human rights abuses under Putin's rule. Does Putin have a social media presence? You might be wondering, does Vladimir Putin have a social media presence? The answer is yes. Putin has multiple social media accounts that you can follow to stay up to date with his activities and interests. First, let's talk about Putin's official Twitter account. You can follow him at KremlinRussia_e. On this account, Putin posts updates about his travels and meetings with foreign leaders. He also shares news and updates about the Russian economy. If you're interested in staying informed about his decisions on the Russian-Ukraine war, following Putin on Twitter is a great way to do so. In addition to Twitter, Putin also has an Instagram account. You can follow him at putin.life. On his Instagram account, Putin posts pictures from his travels, as well as photos of his family and friends. This account gives you a glimpse into Putin's personal life and interests. Finally, Putin also has a YouTube channel. You can find it by searching for President of Russia on the platform. On this channel, you'll find videos of Putin's speeches, interviews, and other events. This is a great way to hear directly from Putin and learn more about his perspectives on various issues. Russian public opinion of him. Despite all criticisms, Putin remains popular among the Russian people. Many Russians see him as a strong leader who can bring stability and progress to the country. Putin's supporters point to his achievements in improving the economy and increasing Russia's global influence as evidence of his leadership abilities. How powerful is Vladimir Putin? Putin has been a dominant figure in Russian politics for over 2 decades and has exerted significant influence on the global stage as well. 1. Political power. Putin's political power is undoubtedly immense. He served as president of Russia from 2000 to 2008, then as prime minister from 2008 to 2012, before returning to the presidency in 2012. In 2020, he secured his position until 2036 after a controversial constitutional referendum. Throughout his time in office, Putin has consolidated power and weakened democratic institutions in Russia. He controls the media, judiciary, and security services, and has suppressed opposition voices. 2. Economic power. Putin's economic power is also considerable. As president, he oversaw a period of economic growth and stability, fueled by high oil prices. He has used this wealth to strengthen his grip on power, rewarding loyalists with lucrative business deals. Putin has also been instrumental in the formation of the Eurasian Economic Union, which includes Russia, Belarus, Kazakhstan, Armenia, and Kyrgyzstan. This economic bloc has been seen as a challenge to the European Union and a way for Russia to assert its influence in the region. 3. Foreign policy power. Putin's foreign policy has been aggressive and controversial. In 2014, Russia annexed Crimea from Ukraine, drawing international condemnation and sanctions. Putin has also been accused of meddling in the 2016 US presidential election, which led to further sanctions and strained relations between Russia and the US. Putin's intervention in Syria's civil war has also helped preserve the regime of Bashar al-Assad, further asserting Russia's influence in the Middle East. And finally, the Ukraine war. Putin's decision to invade Ukraine was driven by a combination of factors, including his desire to assert Russia's dominance in the region and his belief that Ukraine's pro-Western government posed a threat to Russian interests. Putin has long viewed Ukraine as part of Russia's sphere of influence and was angered by the country's decision to move closer to the West. He also saw an opportunity to distract from domestic issues and boost his popularity by rallying Russians around a patriotic cause. Putin's aggressive foreign policy and willingness to use military force have been a hallmark of his leadership style, and the invasion of Ukraine is just one example of his willingness to take bold and controversial actions to advance Russia's interests. As Vladimir Putin continues to have a major influence on the world, it is important to understand his background, views, and motivations. In this video, we have provided an insight into Putin's life and career, which would now give you a better understanding of why he has been and continues to be such a powerful figure in the world. Please don't forget to like and share our video before you go. Also, do subscribe to our channel as that will give you instant access to our latest creations.